Self improvement can get toxic. Yes, it can, as much as it's a good thing, it has its bad parts. And I'm not coming in from my feminized perspective, like, oh, it's toxic, toxic self. No, like, dude, I do believe that self improvement, improving one's life, is a great benefit to all. And that being said, I'm like this video is not gonna have any researched facts, or I didn't even watch any videos about this. So if you gain value from it, then great. If you don't, I'm sorry for wasting your time, but as always, thank you for watching. So last year, June, I decided to take self improvement very seriously. I don't know what, I don't remember specifically what happened. I have to open my journal to see what had happened around that time. But I was like, fuck this. I really want to change my life. So then I watched one monk mode video by Hamza, and it talked about if you want to really improve your life, cut off everything and just consume and learn and share what you learn. I was like, you know, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna create a self improvement channel to keep me accountable for the things I'm doing. So I literally get into the whole self improvement thing. Like for the next couple of months, all I did was learn, work out, meditate, you know, do some like chores of school, then sleep. Like I was doing the whole all self improvement things you could be thinking of that a beginner can do. I was doing it. I was into it until recently. I had epiphany. So one day I was sitting in my room, and my dad came. It was around 8 a.m. 8 p.m. Sorry, he came in my room and he knocked on the door and said, "Hey, son, do you want to watch our favorite shows together?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm coming," because I was watching. I remember I was watching a 3 hour podcast, right, as I usually did. I was watching a 3 hour podcast, writing notes down, learning what I could implement and iterate and stuff like that. And I was like, "Okay, I'll be there." So, like me and my dad like to watch crime shows like Law and Order or FBI, and he was like, "Hey, come let's watch Law and Order. It's out." And like Chicago PD. If you know those shows, you're a great guy. If you watch those shows, please leave something in the comments, bro. And then it being 8 p.m., then 3 hours later, around 11, I go into the living room in this room to watch the show, right? Then I see my dad already went to bed. And I felt very disappointed in myself and very sanded. Like, do you know that feeling where like your gut just says, "Damn," you just feel fucking bad, bro. Like I felt that bad, and I went into my room, opened my journal, and started journaling how I felt. And I realized that sure I was improving my life, but I was neglecting some parts of my life. Self improvement, yeah, if you can get fully committed to it, that's great. But then I was neglecting one important. Then I realized something in me, like I was neglecting my family, the people that I genuinely care about, like my family. They're right there. That's the portrait with my siblings, and over there that's the portrait with the whole family right there. And I realized that, like, okay, this is getting to a point where it's no more self improvement. It's over consumption of self improvement. It's overdoing of self improvement. Like, Gene, like, there's a point to where like you've reached like the point of okay, there's a point where you reach where like this is overdoing it, and now you seem crazy, right? I personally believe that there's a point where you reach that okay, now this is crazy. This is just borderline insanity of like let me give you a perfect example. We've all seen like people who work out, like bodybuilders, right? And then we've seen like Chris Bumstead and David Goggins are like, okay, they're obsessed. That's obsession, right? And then there's people who take anabolic steroids to be big as humanely fucking possible, like those out crazy images, right? That's the point I'm talking about. The way that's fucking crazy. And I personally think I reached that point of fucking crazy. That I was learning too much. I was over consuming too much, where I could not produce creative ideas, and I was sacrificing the quality time with my parents to just, learn that secret technique. Like, no. And I do believe, like, yeah, it's good to have a healthy obsession about improving yourself, but if it gets to a point of degrading your relationships with either your mom, either your mom, your dad, your siblings, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents, your cousins, your imaginary girlfriend. I know you still don't have a girlfriend. You're just like me, bro. Like, come on. That's when self improvement gets, bad. In my book, it gets bad. And like the same as if you spend too much time with your family, you stop working out and then you're becoming fat and shit. The value we can get from this video is that you can get from this video, bro, is that you need to just keep a healthy relationship with you just need to keep a healthy relationship towards self-improvement. Because at the end of the day, right, as young masculine men, we need to take a little bit off the gas to spend time with our family. Like we need like just like an hour or two wouldn't hurt. Like, bro, the show me and my dad watch is about, like 2 hours long. Like we can finish the rest in another time, like on the weekend or something. So like 2 hours wouldn't hurt for me. It wouldn't hurt, right? And and we also need to fundamentally understand that our family members and especially our parents won't be there as we grow. Like there's a point, like I know this is gonna sound fucking dark, but then you need to finally accept it because you're becoming a man, bro. Like your parents are gonna die soon. So try to spend as much time as possible with them, right? You just try to spend as much time as possible with them, bro. Like, sure, it might not be dedicated to self improvement. Sure, it may be degenerate stuff, but make sure it's not degenerate stuff that like fucks with you a lot. Just keep it on a minimum and enjoy the time you spend with your family because that's another sector of self improvement, improving the relationships and the quality of life with your mom and dad. So with that, I finished this little video. But hey, at least I got to express my side of self-improvement and how it gets toxic and how it gets toxic. And if you learned something from it, that's great. I'm happy that you learned something from it. And even if you didn't learn something from it and you watched to the end, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I really thank you. Just thank you, man. Just thank you. And go hug a bird. And yeah, goodbye. Kaizen.